Welcome back, everybody. Your time now is 6:43, and as we continue to follow the tragedy in the Texas Hill Country, we want to make sure that you are prepared for when a storm hits the Houston area.
Yeah, so important. So now we're joined here with Tony Cott. He is the CEO of Rainbow Restoration in Dickinson. Tony, thanks so much for being with us here bright and early.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. And Tony, what can homeowners do to take the proper steps to prepare their homes?
Well, first, it's like you said, it starts with preparation, maintaining your home, maintaining your property. That can look as far as having your roof inspected, having gutters checked, making sure everything's clean so that if you're inundated with water, your house is able to shed water. Next up would be to take a look at your insurances. It's a good idea to check in with your local agent to make sure you're properly insured, that you're not underinsured, that you have homeowners, FEMA flood, Texas windstorm, and you have an affordable deductible. You don't want to be called into a situation to where you are unable to afford the repairs and restoration after the recovery starts and takes place.
That's a really good point to make, because a lot of people thought they had more coverage when Hurricane Beryl hit last year and the major ratio. Yes, and then ran into a lot of problems. So can you tell us also what are the common mistakes people make and how can they avoid them?
Well, I think it comes to a proactive mindset. So a lot of people just, they have good intentions, but they wait, and then it's too late once the tragedy occurs. So just getting prepared in advance, making sure you have proper insurances, putting together and getting with your family and establishing an evacuation plan or an emergency plan, putting together emergency preparedness kits, making sure you have enough food and water for 3 to 4 days, that you have your very important documents stored and backed up for that matter, and just having the ability, having a communication plan in place, having a loved one that's out of the area that if you do have to evacuate, you get separated. You have the ability to communicate with that person and get reconnected. Very important.
So speaking of that, what kind of emergency plan should families already have, in the works before an event?
Well, that's a very good question. I would say knowing your evacuation route is key. Right, so having that and knowing how to stay connected, having a way, a secondary way, a redundant way of communicating, like a NOAA weather radio, staying in touch with the appropriate facilities like KHOU 11, and having real-time information. And if an evacuation is called, being ready to respond. That's another pitfall, is people underestimate the power of Mother Nature, and they tend to stay.
And
they got to be ready.
How quickly things can change. Okay, Tony, we appreciate your time and the potentially life-saving information. Thank you for joining us live.
Thank you.
All right, it is 6:40.